Hi everyone, and welcome back to Kids Corner. This is Reverend Terry, and I'm so happy that you're here today. Today, we're going to pause in our stories about the prophets because we need to hear a very important story about some very important women in the Bible. This is the story of Ruth and Naomi. So let's all take a deep breath and hear the stories of Ruth and Naomi. After the people of God crossed over the Jordan River into the Promised Land, they filled the land. Some of them began to live in Bethlehem. This is Bethlehem. Many years went by. Then a time came where there was no rain, so the wheat couldn't grow. Some of the people decided to cross the Jordan River into Moab, where there was food. Naomi, her husband, and their 2 sons were among those who went. In this new land they were happy until Naomi's husband died. That was very sad. Later, her 2 sons married young women from Moab. Their names were Orpah. This is Orpah. And Ruth. This is Ruth. When these husbands died, Naomi, Ruth, and Orpah, they were all widows together. Naomi, she didn't know what to do, so she decided to go back across the desert to her family back in Bethlehem. Orpah went back to live with her mother in Moab. But Ruth, she stayed with Naomi. And Ruth said to Naomi, "Where you go, I will go. Where you live, I will live. Your people shall be my people, and your God shall be my God." Then they traveled together to Bethlehem, where they found a small place where they could live. They went into the nearby fields to gather grain that was left over after the harvest. People let them do that because they were widows and needed to look after themselves. One of the fields belonged to a man named Boaz. This is Boaz. He was a rich man. He saw Ruth and liked how she worked hard and took care of Naomi. In time, Boaz and Ruth were married and had children. Now, Ruth was a mother, and Naomi a grandmother. She could hold her grandson on her lap, and he brought her great joy. When the little boy grew up, he had a son, Jesse, and Jesse had many sons. One of Jesse's sons, in fact, grew to be a great king. This son was named David, and we know him as the great King David. He was the great-grandson of Ruth and the great-great-grandson of Naomi. Now, I wonder what part of this story you liked the best. I wonder what part of this story is the most important. I wonder what part of this story was about you, or what part you were in. I wonder what part we could leave out and still have all the story that we need. Friends, thank you so much for joining me again today for Kids Corner. Remember to click the link in the description to take you to our song for today. And remember, if you felt inspired by this story and you decide to draw a picture or paint or sculpt something about Ruth and Naomi, you're invited to have an adult in your home take a picture of it and send it to me so that I can share it with our church family. I can't wait to see you all next week. Bye for now.